Most people chase after love in the same way that most people chase after intoxicating feelings of gratification, pleasure in general. They aren't thinking about where it will leave them later on down the road. All they're doing is attempting to grasp at it, maintain it, cling to it for as long as circumstances will allow them to. And when the sexual attraction, when the romance eventually begins to fade over the years, which it always does, regardless of who you are or who your partner is. And I'm not saying it completely dies, of course. I'm just saying that it significantly tapers down. This gratification that you bring one another in the initial first few months is going to significantly taper down. This is just how it works. And the train wreck is often made far worse when a few passengers are thrown into the mix in the form of children, oftentimes accidentally conceived children. And this train wreck is often caused, again, by this fact that the majority of romantic relationships are initially kindled and fed into by not much more than sexual gratification, than primal, selfish pleasure seeking, attempting to get a nice supply of pleasure from another human being. And of course, a relationship that is primarily based upon this, fueled by this, informed by this, what do you expect? Where do you think it's going to go? How do you think it's going to turn out? And it's also worth mentioning that these feelings, that this sort of initial sexual attraction to another person can trick us into believing that it is based upon and built upon with far more than it actually is, due to the way our brains work. We can be tricked into believing that we have these very profound feelings for this other person, when in reality it really is not much more than attraction built upon these primarily, fundamentally selfish, primal sort of compulsions, impulses, desires. And of course, relationships that are built upon things that are more meaningful are also quite likely to eventually result in disaster and come at a cost that is far greater than what was initially thought possible. We always steeply underestimate consequences, and this area is no exception. But at least these have a chance, have a shot at becoming something that is worth the great sacrifice that it requires in order to maintain it, in order to actually maintain it. Whereas most relationships that are kept together are maintained for very, very selfish reasons, like a fear of being alone, a fear of can I do better than this person, a fear of this is all I know, this human being that I've been with for the past decade, this is all I know. They're a piece of shit, and I have no I have no feelings for this person anymore. They're all gone at this point, and yet I still stay with them because it's all I know. This is the glue that holds a lot of relationships together over years of time, and it's quite sad. I don't know. I felt like making a video, so. All right.